Hey everybody, welcome to Quarter Inch Seam. Okay, are you ready? Today we are going to turn this into, we're going to turn it into this. We're going to make this. This is what we're making. It's a jack-o'-lantern applique. Everybody else does that. And stuff happens, but it just doesn't happen for me. Welcome to Quarter Inch Seam. I'm Angela, you're in my sewing room. Did you bring some sewing stuff to work on? Don't worry, just sit back and listen. We started this on Sunday, and I did a little bit yesterday, and now I think we're ready to start moving our pieces. Can you imagine? We're getting dang good at this. We're gonna have to open a store. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I kind of rough cut, kind of fussy cut, Angela, please. I fussy cut the pieces for the most part, except here are some tips if you're doing something like this, or if you want to do something like this, if you wanted to do something like this with your kids, which I think would be really fun and easy, right? You don't necessarily have to sew all the stuff down. Right afterwards, the heat and bond is going to hold it on there. So, or you could throw a couple of stitches on there afterwards. But here's the point. When you've got something like this and they send it to you all in one piece, right? So when you cut it out, at first I was kind of freaking out because I thought, okay, once I start cutting into it, how am I going to make the pumpkin? It doesn't matter. You're just not going to go in and cut all this stuff out. Okay, so I'll show you. All right, so if you've not ever done this before, which I've only done 3, so we're just going to consider me an expert. You're going to take your background, whatever your background is going to be, make sure you get all the fuzzies off, and I'm going to put you so you guys can see this. Okay, so I have to move over here. Everything's reversed, so I get all confused. And if I move the camera, Steve's like, what's not in the right position? Where are you moving everything? All right, let's swap this and swap that. And then, there you go. Okay, oh, looks like pizza. That makes me crave pizza. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, that's perfect. Huh. Okay, so have your picture with you so you can see what you're doing, right? So you know what you're doing. Okay, there. All right, now let's cut the pumpkin out because that was my initial source of angst. So I cut the eyes out and the nose out and all that kind of good stuff, right? So I have those pieces on a separate piece of wool. Okay? Now I have all these holes in the pumpkin. We're just not going to cut them out. We're just going to cut around the pumpkin. First cheddering. I even made a boo-boo and took a gouge out of the applique, but that's okay too because we're just not going to cut in there now that we're going to cut the final shapes. I think that this would be a super fun project that you could do with your kids or your grandkids, or do it for your kids or your grandkids, but I think they would enjoy this. Especially because, not that our crafts are kindergarten type crafts, but I can do it. If I can do it, a kindergartner could probably master it, so, that's all there is to it. Anyway, focus. You know, you could even take something that was like a simple design. You know, when I was growing up, I'm sure they still do this. You know, grocery stores or whatever would have like a coloring contest thing, and so they'd hand out, you know, at the checkout, you could take like a, you know, it'd be like a picture of a jack-o'-lantern or a picture of a Christmas tree or whatever it might be. I mean, you could take something like that, cut out the big pieces and some of the accent pieces, and you could create your own, you could create your very own little applique project, and I think it would just be so much fun. I was just thinking about this. If my nephews were closer, they would really enjoy this. So, what would you do then? You would take your, whatever your design was, and see, now we're just going to peel off the back of it. I already heated all of the heat and bond onto the applique. And here's something to remember. You're going to revert, it's going to be, you've got to have your design, you've got to have the one that you're using is going to be reverse of this. Okay? So his hat's going the opposite way on this one than it is on this one. Because this is the finish, because when we take the paper off, we're going to, we are going to, that's good. We're going to lay them down opposite, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But anyway, take your project, trace it onto some heat and bond that you can get at, now I'm using the Heat and Bond Ultra. You can buy this anywhere. You can buy it at Walmart, you can buy it at Hobby Lobby, you can buy it online at Amazon. People buy it in bulk, in big rolls, which I think that I should do because I find myself now, I was so intimidated by it and I thought, okay, I don't want to do that kind of stuff. I just want to make great big quilts. Well, what I found was I ended up being more intimidated, or, you know, you don't get as much satisfaction because it takes you longer to do a great big quilt. And there's lots of steps. And so I find this kind of stuff is great because you can do a smaller, quicker project, right? What's this? Oh, that's not next. This is next. You know, and have something to kind of show off or give away or whatever. Okay, so what are y'all doing today? What day is it? Tuesday? I worked. It's quiet. I mean, it was a crazy busy day, but I just worked. What did you do? Did you work? Did you get some quilting done? Some sewing done? Some yard work? Gardening? What's for dinner? Lasagna tonight. Lasagna and garlic bread. Because I'm lazy. Because it's late. But tomorrow night, I'm making crunchy style pork ribs in the slow cooker, and I'll tell you what, that is one thing that I do, and I don't know why why do I have such an aversion to doing it in the summertime? It doesn't heat the whole house up. And it's so much easier. So much easier. Dump it in, call it a day. Okay, now so Steve had done a little short of when I fell off of my chair. A few weeks ago. And so the first thing that happened was, as soon as it went up, my mom called me, Angela, did you fall off your chair again? Again? Oh, I'm not that bad. I'm pretty clumsy, but I'm not that bad. God willing, I won't do that again. Okay. 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 Also, if you're doing something that is not like directionally specific, let's just say you're doing like a Christmas tree, you don't have to worry about it being reversed. You're just gonna hit the Christmas tree, well, same either way. Oh my gosh. This is so dang cute. Okay, I'm not going to press everything down until I get it in place. All right, let's not be crazy. Okay, now, his hat. Some of the other pieces, well, like on his hat, I did cut away and cut around for some of the little accent pieces, and then we'll just reassemble them once we get to those pieces. But you know, you could do. I keep thinking about Christmas time. Although you could do. Oh my gosh, you could have so much fun with a turkey. You know how kids used to do. Oh, here's an idea. Ready? You know how you have your kids or your grandkids. They do the. You know how you have your kids or your grandkids, they do the turkey with their hand. They draw their hand, they trace their hand, and then you make a turkey out of it. Have them do that, and then turn that into an applique that you could do on something like this, or you could do it on a square or something. You could make it into a little throw pillow. Okay, I'm just saying, that would be, I'm doing it. I am doing it. That would be adorable. Whose hand? I don't know whose hand I'm going to use. Oh my gosh. Minnie, Mom just had a fantastic idea. It's just me and Minnie in the house today. And sometimes I get talking to her. Then she looks at me like, lady, big grip lady. No, she's actually a very good listener. And no, I have been drinking this afternoon. I just decided to come in here and have a little fun. That's what I decided. When you're having a busy day, don't forget to stop and have a little bit of fun. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. This is the one. This is going to be the one. It's too cute. It's too cute, you guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this pattern just gave me a bunch of ideas of things that you could do. Again, if you wanted to do some fun projects, if you've got grandkids or whatever coming over for the holidays or whatever, this is the kind of thing that, and the cutting out part, okay, so some of their stuff might not be perfect. Have you seen some of my stuff? I mean, come on. Somebody was asking the other day about my Guggenheim scissors. The link is in the description. And our Amazon, there's an Amazon link in there that goes to our Amazon store for the Guggenheim scissors. And I definitely enjoy them. I like the weight of them. I have bigger hands. So the openings are just very comfortable. They've got a bit of a rubber grip, the rubberized grip. It's got a little tack to it. So, and it reminds me of the big, really big set scissors that my grandmother used to use. And in all the garment making and stuff that she used to do. And sometimes I think you'd think that, oh, a smaller scissor would be, a lighter scissor would be better. However, sometimes I like to feel the weight of the scissor in my hand. And two, now, don't get me wrong, when you're doing a lot of that little cutting, your hands do get sore, but sometimes on those lighter scissors, all of the attachment parts are all plastic, that hard plastic, and that sometimes gets even more uncomfortable. I feel it more in other parts of my hand, so I would highly recommend them. You can go to the link in our description for the Guggenheim scissors. These are the 9-inch dressmakers, but they have all kinds. They have rotary cutters. I'm trying to get some more stuff from them. Rotary cutters, they have clippers, little snips if you do rag quilting. Please. Okay, you go, okay, you go over here. This is so cute. Cut my needle last week. I can't grab anything. All right, let's see. Where are you going? How far down are you going? Okay, right there. Right there. Okay. You then go over here. Kind of nestled over there. You then go on top of here. You have to come in a little bit. Okay. Is that right? Mini girl, what are you doing? Let's get the moon in there. Put it on top of it. Okay, unfortunately we gotta move everything down a little bit. Okay. Excuse me. So far? Bueno. Bueno. All right, now you, I don't think you're anything. Okay, now you go. Oh God, these little pieces. Okay, you go up here. Let's push everybody down just a little bit. Snug yourselves in there. Okay, and you go under the hat. Okay. Okay, snug yourself in there. Get nice and cozy. Now, the other side of this. I'm telling you, Harbor Freight, $1.99. Little pointy tools. They are fantastic. I've used them no less than 100 times since I bought them. Okay, now this one goes under here. Oh my gosh. Okay, the hat. think I may not have a choice here. Oh. Mini girl, what are you doing? She's been catching up on her sleep today in a great big way. Okay. All right, I think I'm just going to set that on there and adhere in that way. That's what I think. Because I am going to kind of stitch this stuff down. Okay. The fun part is face. Now, if you wanted to do something that didn't have that quirky little face, you could probably leave it like that and just draw some. Although that would look kind of weird because it really wouldn't be a jack-o'-lantern. Why would a regular pumpkin be wearing a hat? But you could do that. Okay. Now, they recommend that when you cut your stuff out of the paper, don't cut on an exact line. Do it a little bit of a fussy cut, because then you're going to adhere it onto the wool, and then when you cut it out of the wool, then you're going to cut on the exact lines. If you do it the other way, I fear that it doesn't leave you any room for error. Everybody in the comments is going to be, oh my God, you almost poked yourself with those scissors. I didn't. Okay. And look at how fast, this is the other reason I think that if you wanted to do something like this with, kids or what have you, it really is a quick project. It's quick enough to hold their attention, but long enough to give you a little bit of, run out of it. Like if you're trying to fill an afternoon, it's fun. Stop. Just stop. All right, let's get the iron on. We got to get this puppy down. Tomorrow on our live, listen, don't miss. If you thought this was quirky, you don't want to miss our lives. Wednesday nights at 6:00 p.m. Get whatever you're sewing. Get something to drink. A cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a glass of wine. It's 6:00. Have a glass of wine. It's fine. The stitch lines sometimes are a little, but it's fine. Get the glass. Come on over at 6:00. Pull up a stool. Bring whatever you're working on, or just watch me. I'm going to stitch this stuff down tomorrow, I think, on our live. I think that's what I'm going to do primarily tomorrow. We'll chat. We'll stitch this stuff down, and then we're going to figure out, I think we might pull out November. I think we're going to be really aggressive on the applique. Pull out November, because I want to do all three of them in a set vertically for a wall hanging I'm working on. Look at this squirrel. Where's my squirrel? Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, is this a piece? No. the squirrel, the jack-o'-lantern. I'm getting the hang of this blanket stitch. I missed a little bit there. If you have tips for doing a blanket stitch around, circles like this, I'm open to your tips. Can't trust me when I say this. Don't use your free motion foot. Or don't set your machine on free motion. Don't. It just doesn't work. Just trust me. Um, really? Because it's so adorable. Oh my god. Oh, holy cow. That is cute. Oh my gosh. I've said this a couple of times and I just got gotten super busy, but I am working on something with So Cherished. So I'll keep you posted on that because this, in my opinion, especially if you're a newbie. Now, if you've done like really serious applique and really serious type, really involved projects or what have you, then this may not seem like very much of a big deal to you. But for me, for somebody like me, where I'm very new to it, I think that this was fantastic. It made the process really, really easy once I got past my own intimidation. How fun is this? Oh, it's a jack-o'-lantern. Oh my gosh, how fun. Okay, too stinking cute. All right, that's all I got for today, ladies. That's all I've got. Man, I needed this. I hope you did too. I hope you got a little bit of relaxation, maybe a good laugh in or two. I had so much fun, and I thank you for coming along. I hope you have a fantastic evening and a fabulous morning tomorrow. But remember, no matter what, only a 1/4 inch seam. Don't forget, live tomorrow, 6:00 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to sew some of these puppies down a little bit. We're going to play with our blanket stitch, and hopefully we will come up with some tips and some tricks to make that as good of a process as possible. And I think that that's going to be it for tonight. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.